Actually, I'm recording, haha.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. Could you explain? Could you introduce yourself briefly?
My name is Sarina Dory. I'm from Portland, Oregon, in America. Right now, I work as an English teacher, and I also teach belly dance. And in America, I worked as an art teacher.
Okay. So, could you explain a little bit about the reason why you came here? It's kind of a long story,
yeah,
right?
It is a little bit long. Well, the main reason that I came to Japan is that I was a teacher in America, and the economy was a little bit bad, so I was looking for a job as an art teacher, and I had worked as an English teacher, and my friend who lives in Otaru told me about the JET program, and she said there are many jobs in Sapporo, and she thought I would enjoy the job, and so I applied for the job, and I got the position in Sapporo, and I do enjoy teaching English.
They gave you a hard time in the JET program. The test was difficult?
No, there was an essay, and you had to submit your resume, and if you had an interest in Japanese culture, you were more likely to get accepted. So in some people's application, they just said, I like manga, and they didn't get accepted.
In your case, what did you write?
I said that I was a teacher, and I had taught English, and I enjoyed it, that I enjoyed learning about different cultures, and when I went to Korea, I had an art show, and I got to know, got to see and experience the art and the culture there, and I hoped I would be able to do the same thing in Japan, and I'm very happy because I have.
Yeah, okay.
And so showing in this gallery and other galleries and learning about Japanese culture has been a very good experience.
How many actually exhibitions so far have you had?
Just two.
This one and the other one?
The other one was at Continental Gallery.
That's right. Oh, that's great. Good for you, really. Okay. But so you came to Sapporo in Hokkaido, and did you ever thought about going to different places in Japan?
I went to Tokyo, and I visited some cities around Tokyo, small cities or old cities, but I don't remember the names because Japanese words are really hard for me.
Okay.
So I remember some of the things I saw, but I don't remember the names.
Okay.
And I went to Otaru, and I visited Shiroi, Poro Tokotan, and I visited some places, but I do like Sapporo very much because it's an international city, and there's many things to see and do, and Daiso is so big, and and Tanuki Koji is very interesting, and it feels a lot like my city, Portland, but bigger, and it feels very safe in Sapporo, and I think people who live in Sapporo are polite and friendly, friendlier than people in Tokyo, because there's just so many people.
Yeah, they're busy.
Everyone's busy. Yeah, Tokyo is like New York City, and I've been to New York City, and it was too polluted and too many people, and people are always pushing, and in the subway it's so crowded, and so this city size is perfect for me, and it feels more like Portland to me, so it feels more familiar.
What about the winter?
Yeah, the winter was really hard. The first winter was okay, but people said that last year, or a year and a half ago, the winter was very mild, and there wasn't as much snow as usual. So I thought maybe this winter would be harder, and two years of winter was more difficult. And I think your winter here lasts 8 months.
Right. Yeah, sometimes feel as if it lasts forever.
It feels like it. And this winter, I slipped on the ice.
I did.
And I got a fracture.
Did you?
And so
Not too bad.
it wasn't very fun. And so this winter was worse for me than the first winter. And now the weather is really beautiful. And I think, oh, I wish I was staying in Japan one more year. And I really like my job. And maybe in America I won't have a very good job. I don't know. But I keep thinking, oh, I really like Sapporo now. But then I remember the winter.
Yeah. And you feel ambivalent, huh?
Yeah, and I think maybe it's good that I'm going home because I think people's moods are affected by the weather, and I think I would be too depressed if I stayed one more winter. Yeah.
Well, me too,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I really hate winter. Especially snow. Yeah.
But you're from Sapporo?
I do. I am, but still. I just wish there is no snow around in the town and just on mountain side.
Me
That's
too.
good. I mean, you can ski. So can you ski?
I've never skied before.
So man, that's too bad. You ever tried?
I've never tried.
Okay, maybe you should have tried.
Some friends told me I should go this winter, but since I fractured my tailbone, for many months it was very painful.
So how is your tailbone?
Right now it's okay.
It's okay.
It was fractured and dislocated for many months, so it took a long time to heal, and I couldn't belly dance.
Yeah.
But I had performances scheduled, so I had to belly dance. But some of the performances just my upper body and my hands and head, and I didn't move my waist very much. And maybe people didn't notice. I don't know.
That's good.
I chose slow music, and I used a veil or a sword, so people were looking at my arms and hands moving, and not my waist.
Good strategy.
So, yeah, it was a strategy. But,
So what was if you have to answer? What do you think is the most difficult aspect of living in Japan?
Well, not being able to speak the language well has been really difficult.
Oh, okay.
I started studying Japanese once I got accepted. And then when I came to Japan, I started taking classes. But it was often frustrating trying to speak Japanese, but people not understanding, or I always get lost.
It also means you're in the town?
In the street, yeah. So in America we have street names, and maps are a little different.
Right.
And so that was difficult, and I would try to ask someone on the street with my map, "Doko wa 100 shop desu ka?" or someplace. And sometimes people would just say, "I don't speak Japanese," or "I don't speak English." And I would be surprised because I was trying to speak Japanese, but then they would speak English, but then walk away. So,
yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's the feeling,
So, not speaking the language was the most difficult thing.
Okay. But so other than that, you didn't have many major problems.
No, I'm not really. Going to the hospital in another country and not speaking the language is difficult. Getting lost and not speaking the language is difficult. So I mean, there's many things that come from that, but not any huge problems. Just many little frustrations.
But eventually,